Leaders attending the South Korea-Africa Summit taking place in Seoul, in what may be regarded as the eating of a diplomatic humble pie. The president has gone against his own word, having vowed not to attend such summits. The head of state is on record saying it is not intelligent of African leaders to attend such summits en masse, and should instead consider sending representatives from the African Union headquarters. Here's Ayub Abdikadir.
9 months into office, President William Ruto took what sounded like a radical departure in global diplomacy. The president declared that he will take a different approach when it comes to engagements between African leaders and certain developed nations.
We have also decided that it will not going to be business as usual. We have these meetings, Africa-US meeting, Africa-Europe, Africa-Turkey, Africa-India. Now we are waiting for, there is another one, Africa-Russia.
And Africa-Japan.
And Africa-Japan. We have made the decision that it is not intelligent for 54 of us to go and sit before one gentleman from another place. And I mean, and sometimes we are mistreated.
Yeah.
You know, we are loaded into buses like school kids. You know, and it's not right.
Well, speaking to business magnate Mo Ibrahim, a buoyant President Ruto committed the African Union to his stance on foreign meetings.
The decision that we have made as AU is that going forward, if there is going to be a discussion between Africa and any other country, we are going to be represented by the chair, the outgoing chair, the bureau.
The chair of the commission or the chair
and the chair of the RECs, and we have 5 RECs. That should be sufficient for, I mean, a meeting of maybe 6-7. Yeah. That should be able to represent Africa. And that is the position I am taking as the president of Kenya. For any other meeting that we are going to have with all these requests that we have a meeting between Africa and one other country, we respect the sovereignty of others. I think to ask for reciprocation is not to ask for too much. No.
The president went on to commit individual heads of state and government, saying they too had taken the same position.
I had a conversation with President Kagame, and he actually led that particular position. I have had a conversation with Prime Minister Abiy. He believes very strongly that that should be the position of our continent. Because, as you have said, if we don't respect ourselves, nobody is going to respect us.
But pictures from Seoul in South Korea suggest the eating of a diplomatic humble pie. President Ruto is in attendance, and so are 48 of the 54 African heads of state and governments. Other leaders in attendance are Rwanda's Paul Kagame and the Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, despite being mentioned by President Ruto as having committed to not attending such forums. South Korea is the latest developed nation to host an African summit, bringing together a large gathering of continental leaders. And this is President William Ruto's second similar event since making the remarks, including his attendance of the Italy-Africa Summit earlier in the year. His vow seemingly turning into water under the bridge as geopolitical realities dawn on the head of state. Ayub Abdikadir,